Hi all, welcome back to another video. So let's discuss about how to manage the invoicing policy in Odoo 16 project module. In Odoo, the invoicing policy for a project refers to the rules and methods used to generate and send invoices to the customers for the work done on particular project. In Odoo Project Management, you can create project, define tasks, assign team members, and track the time and expense spent on each task. Once you have completed the project task and want to bill the customer, you can use the invoicing feature, generate invoice for the customer based on the time and expense spent on the project. Odoo allows you to set up different invoicing policies for each project based on your business needs. Some of the invoicing policies available in Odoo Project Management include prepaid or fixed, based on timesheet, based on milestone, and based on delivered quantity. So let's get into the project module. First, we need to enable milestone from the configuration settings. Then only we can manage the invoicing policy of milestone. So here we have already enabled the feature milestone, and we also need to install the timesheet module, so which we have already installed. Now let's go to the sales module, and we need to create product. So let's create a new product. And here we need to set the product type as service. So as you choose a product type as service, you can see the invoicing policy is automatically configured as prepaid or fixed price. So there are 4 types of invoicing policy, that is prepaid or fixed price, based on timesheet, based on milestones, based on delivered quantity, which is the invoicing policy would be set manually. So here you can give the name of the product. So let the product be website, and you can set the product type as service and choosing the invoicing policy as fixed or prepaid. Now here we can create an order like nothing, task, project and task and project. So if you choose nothing will be created. You can just make a quotation and confirm and make the delivery of the product. And if you choose task, so when you confirm the quotation, a task will be created. And when you choose project and task, then when you confirm the quotation, Odoo will create a task and project. And when you choose project only, then when you confirm the quotation, Odoo will generate a project. So let me choose project and task. And here you can also choose a project template and setting the unit of measurement as hour. Now here we can set price. So letting the price to be 1000 and the cost to be 900. Now let me save the product, and you can choose a quotation and generate a new quotation by filling the details of customer. And you can choose a product, that is website, and getting the quantity to be 1. And here you can see the quantity is, the unit of measurement is in hours, and the price is configured by Odoo as we have set the price. Now let me save and confirm the order. So as you confirm the order and you have set the product create on project and task, here we can see a project and task is generated and the price is fixed. And here we can see the project is created and the task is also created. So you can mark the time spent for the task. So when you click on start button, the start to record the time that's spent for this task. So when you click on stop, the time will be recorded. So the default time that's spent is 15 minutes, and you can save. So once you save that, under timesheet you can see the time that is added, or that will be added under the timesheet. So currently Michelle admin is the person in charge for the task, and he has completed 25% of the task. So here we can see the allocated hours and the progress of the task. Now let me back to the sale order and let's create the invoice for this. So let me create a regular invoice so that we can see a regular invoice is generated, and let me confirm the invoice, and here we can see price is fixed and set it as 1000. Now let me back to the product and let me choose a product that is website, and change the invoicing policy as based on timesheet, and let me save that. Now let's create another quotation with the same product by filling the details of customer, and you can choose a product that is website. So when you set the invoicing policy based on timesheet, sometimes some project might be getting payment for the worked hours. So in such cases, we set the invoicing policy as timesheet. Now you can choose a product and let me confirm the order. And here we can see the project and task is generated. Now here you can see the invoicing. Under invoicing, you can add the employee, sale order item, unit price and cost. So you can add the employee as Abigail Peterson, and you can choose the sale order number, and here you can see the unit price for that. So for unit price for 1 hour, it will cost $1,000. So let me add another employee. Let it be Anita Oliver for the same sale order with yeah, here we can see the hour spent. So you can see the unit price. Now let me change the allocated hour to 100, and let me save this. Now let's back to the sale order, and you can move into the projects, not the projects. You can choose a task, and under timesheet you can add the time. So here we can add the time like 30 minutes. So here we can see we have already completed the task, and we have the remaining hour is 29. Okay, now let me save this, and you can create invoice for this. So here we can see the total hour that is recorded, and we can create invoice for this. So let me create the invoice, and here we can set the timesheet period. So here we can mark the timesheet period from, so apply that and click on create and view invoice. So that you can see we have created the invoice, and the invoice is in draft state, and click on confirm so that the invoice will be moved from the draft state to the costed state. So currently we have spent 30 hours for this project, and the subtotal is turned to 30,000 because 1 hour costs 1,000. Now let me change the invoicing policy. So choose a product, and you can change the invoicing policy based on milestone. Now you can save this, and let me create a quotation. So click on new button, and you can fill the details of the customer. Let the customer be Azure Interior, and you can fill the product in the order line. So here you can see the quantity that is demanded and the unit price and everything. So once you confirm the order, here you can see milestone, project and task is created. So here we can see that currently the quantity attained for this milestone is 100%. Now let me change the quantity into 50%. Once this milestone is reached, you can enable the speed. Now let me create another milestone with the same name itself, that is website. And you can set the milestone here. And let's create another milestone with 5% as a quantity. Now you can enable this field so that the milestone is reached. Now when you go back to the view task here, under sale order, you can create invoice for each of the milestone. So let me create the invoice for each of the milestone. Now the invoice is in draft state, so we can click on confirm so that the draft invoice will be moving to the posted state. Now let's make all other milestone to be successful so that you can enable the reached field. Now when you go back to the view task and under sale order, we can create another invoice. Now here you can see that the count has changed into 2, and we can change the draft invoice into posted by clicking confirm button. Now let's back to the sale order and choose a milestone and set the milestone reached. And now click on view task and you can choose a sale order and you can repeat the steps. That is create invoice, and you can create a regular invoice so that the third invoice is generated, which is in the draft state. Now confirm the invoice so that the draft invoice will be moving to the posted state. Now, when you're back to the sale order and in each invoice, you can see as we have set the quantity for each of the milestone, the amount will be distributed accordingly. So the total price for this milestone achievement will be 1000. So here we have set 45% as a quantity. So as a milestone is reached 45%, then that project will get a reward of 450, or they will get an amount of 450. And in case of the other milestones, we can see one of the milestone is set to the quantity of 5%. So 50 will be the total amount. And for another milestone, 50% is set as a quantity. And that milestone will be getting 500 in total. Now let's back to the order. And you can choose the created quotation. That is the confirmed sale order. Here we can see the project associated with this and all the details. Now let's back to the task. Here we can see the task that is associated. You can click on start button so that the time will be recorded for this task. And if you want to assign this to Michelle admin, you can click on assign to me so that this task will be assigned to Michelle admin. So when you're back to the timesheet here, you can see 25% is completed. Okay. Now, if you want to manage the task with Michelle admin, you can click on start so that the time will be recorded. Now when you click on stop button, the time will be recorded under timesheet. So here you can see currently Michelle admin has worked on this task and the progress is currently 50%. Now let's back to the project and products and choose a product. And you can change the invoicing policy based on delivered quantity. And you can choose the option as create on orders as project and task itself. Now let me save. Now let me create an invoice by filling the details of customer and product. So let me choose record it as a customer and you can fill the order line. So choose the product, that is website. So here we can see the quantity that we are requesting is 1. That is the hour that we're gonna work will be 1. So let me remove the tags and you can save and confirm the order. So as you confirm the order, you can see project and task is created. Under task, you can record the time. So under timesheet, you can add the time. So currently the allocated hour is 1. Now let me add Michelle admin as the employee and who has spent 30 minutes for the project website. So we have recorded that and we can see the progress. Now you can save this. Now after that, when you go to the sales order, here we can set the delivered quantity manually. So let me set the delivered quantity, that is 0.5. So the employee has worked for 30 minutes, so we need to deliver that quantity. So in order to deliver that quantity, we have set the quantity manually. After that, you can save this manually and you can create invoice for this. So click on create invoice. So we can generate invoice here, a regular invoice. So when you create invoice here, you can see that here you have invoiced for the delivered quantity, which is half an hour. And under the invoice, you can see the quantity is half an hour. That is, the employee has only worked for half an hour and we have delivered that quantity. So the subtotal will be depending on the delivered quantity. So here we can see 500 is set as delivered quantity as the employee is only worked for half an hour. Now you can click on confirm in order to confirm the invoice, and in order to make the payment you can click on register payment and you can click on create payment so that the payment is done.